I have a few hours to fish this morning, so I decided to come out to Mission Bay, drop the kayak in, throw some of these war baits, and see if we can't get some fish. I haven't been out in Mission Bay in quite a long time. I've been fishing San Diego Bay and freshwater. There's a big tide swing right now. It's going low. It's gonna bottom out pretty hard. So I might be fishing some different areas and some shallower baits. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens when the tide does recede quite a bit. Spotty right there, starting it off here. A-rig bite. Got a little one, but good to get one on the rig, starting something up. That's a tiny one, man. There we go. Feels like a little bit better of a fish, or more than one. So keep the line tight, hopefully another one jumps on, we'll find out. It's a lot of grass. This is spotty and a lot of grass, so not a bigger one. Not a giant, but hey, we're getting on a few. There we go. Another one climbed on the rig here. They're swiping through these blades. That's a good thing. This one's a bigger one, for sure. Nicer fish for sure. Nicer meaning the other ones were kind of small. This one's probably 13 and a half. We'll give them a measure just to make sure we know what size is what. Get them on there. Well, he's actually 14. So we got one legal fish here. One legal bay bass right at 14. I wouldn't give him much more than that. As my friends in the moto industry used to say, by a RCH. That war rig umbrella presentation is just so effective in Mission Bay. Those spotted bay bass love that school of bait fish. I typically use it as an active fish finder. So when I start catching fish on it, I know there's fish in the area. Man, that A-rig is so hard to put down because you know they're gonna bite it and you wanna catch fish. And once you start throwing it, it's like, you just wanna keep doing it. So when I put on a different bait, it's like I have to settle down a little bit, be a little bit more patient, a little bit more diligent with the action and the retrieve of a single hook bait versus that A-rig. It's like a bomb cast and just straight reel back and they jump on. There we go, guys. Yes, yes. I switched it up. Switched it up, guys. Switch it up to the spinnerbait. Yeah, nice one on the spinnerbait right there. Really cool. Easy out. I thought the spinnerbait would be a better presentation. There's more hook exposed, and I was able to pick up that fish. I think that's what they're on right now, some bladed stuff. We're gonna keep with that. There we go. Little biter right there. Back on that A-rig. Kind of lost the fish for a minute, trying to find him back again. The wind has died down, if you guys can see it. It was pretty windy when I first got out here, which I think helped that bladed bite a little bit. Now the wind died down, and I think it's gonna pick back up, start blowing a different direction pretty soon. It was supposed to be pretty cloudy today. It's completely sunny, so a lot different than the weather predicted. There we go, another one. That was on the drop, so what's going on here is, I mean, there's a lot of bait fish popping around. I'm telling you, dude, it's hard to put down that A-rig. It really is. It's so much fun. Even though they're smaller, I mean, it's super fun to get them on it. You get to use your bigger gear as well. Calico stuff. 8 foot heavy. Nice little one. Let's keep with it. There we go. Good tick right there. The tick was the bite. The hook set was the pool. The water's real murky right here. So since the water's murky, I went with an underspin and a darker swim bait. Good to get that bite. All right, nice one right in the zone. So slowly bring in that underspin right above all that eelgrass. There we go, guys. Wind them on a little bit. How does it go? Oh yeah, there we go, guys. Swim jig bass. Oh yeah. Nice one too. Let's get him in. Oh yeah. Choking down the swim jig. Another legal spotted bay bass. Up real shallow on this structure. Yeah, nice to get that one. Super nice bay bass on some riprap structure on that swim jig. Just crawling it, creeping it through the bottom. The tide is still ripping out of the bay right now. It's going low tide. It's gonna go really, really minus tides here. So there's a lot of current in the area. That eelgrass is laid down. A lot of birds working, a lot of bait fish in the area. So those bay bass are here to eat. On the paws, on the paws. Go. Nice spotty. Swimming that swim jig. Gotta make sure you throw in a little pause because they're gonna eat it on that little cadence break. Yeah, I've been hammering this area a little bit because I kind of feel that there's fish here. Obviously got those two nicer fish, two nicer bites. Swimming the swim jig, letting it hit the bottom, reeling it through that eelgrass and riprap, and every couple cranks, pause. So while the swim jig is swimming on that pause, hits the bottom. And a lot of times that's when they take advantage of that bait. There we go, guys. Blade biter. Little blade biter, guys. The wind is whipping. So, got to keep that bait in the water, and the one way I'm able to do that right now is fishing the spinner bait. So keep with it. It's a windy day here. Spinner bait bite. Just slow rolling that spinner bait in this wind. Every once in a while I flick it like that. Get those blades moving. Feel that bait coming through that grass, and that's where those fish are, hunkered down in that grass. Yeah, that wind really came up. Now this is what they called for on the report. About it, there we go. There it is, there it is. Nice blade bite. Kind of further out on that cast. Felt him climb right up on it. Woo, dude, big old seal chasing down my spotty. I do not like that. Whew. Don't like that seal. The seal's been following me for quite a while, so. Nice blade biter. Staying with it, man. Go, spotty, go. Get away from the seal. Hopefully that seal doesn't follow me much longer. I mean, I'm sure he's not going anywhere. But back to the wind and report, this is kind of what they were calling for here. Overcast and 10 mile an hour. It's a little challenging to fish right now, but figuring it out. There we go, another blade bite. Dude, I'm loving the blade bite right now. It's windy out. A lot of chatter on the water. It's a good time to throw the blade. It really hides what the bait is. Ah! Down he goes. That was a quick one. That seal is making it pretty hard to fish right now. It's all over my baits. Everywhere I cast, he's showing up. Kind of don't even know where to cast sometimes because he's all over my bait, so it's not giving that fish much chance to chase the bait down when there's a big old seal on it.
change it up on them, guys. Had to change it up on them. I was fishing with that wind for a whole drift, no bites. So I decided to go into the wind. Got one bite, the next cast I got the fish. So a little something different there. Maybe they had seen the bait flying over their head that same direction over and over. Switched directions on them and they bit it. There we go. Dude, switching directions on him. Switching, oh, he came off right at the boat. Well, another fish right there. It could be this whole direction switch I did. Presenting the bait at a different angle, getting those fish to bite it. There we go. Yeah. Oh, better one, dude. Better one. Yeah. Better one. Yeah, finally, better one on the spinnerbait there. Yeah, nicer fish. Looks like another legal bay bass. Spinnerbait. That direction change has really helped out. Let's get him back in the water. Super windy, super fun. The tools I used, those lures, were the optimal lures to use during these types of windy conditions. I really had to keep tight on that line. I had to keep that lure down in the strike zone. Let me show you that tackle that I used to get bit today. Spinnerbait was my go-to bait of the day. I was fishing the WARBAITS 3/4 ounce spinnerbait in our new limited color Shad Rack. It's a great color and bait fish presentation. Really mimics that lively bait in the water. This spinnerbait features a unique wire bend that we have been working on for some time. It gives the bait a more compact presentation and allows those blades to spin closer to the hook. You can see how nicely this bait swims in the water. The blades have a ton of flash and vibration and action, and the skirt has such a nice subtle movement and vibration running through the water. Those predator fish really key in on those subtle movements with their lateral line and take advantage of that fleeing bait fish. I had that spinnerbait paired up with the WARBAITS 7.2 medium heavy. This is our 7-foot 2-inch medium heavy fast action taper. It has a rating of 1/4 ounce to 1 ounce, but it easily threw that 3/4 ounce spinnerbait with the wind and even against the wind. The 7.2 medium heavy and 7.5 medium heavy are currently the most versatile rods in our lineup. You can fish almost any technique with these two rod models, and they've been the most popular models that we make to date. I always have a swim jig tied on because it's my favorite way to get bit, and it's a deadly presentation for those lower water column fish. When those fish are glued to their structure and don't want to move far away from it, swim jig is a great way to get them to bite. Again, that skirt adds a lot of micro vibrations that those fish key in on, and I had this paired with a 4-inch slim-bodied swim bait. I'm fishing the WARBAITS premium rod 7.5H. That's our 7-foot 5-inch heavy rod. It's definitely a stick. This is the type of rod that you fish a heavier lure, or you need to extract that fish out of heavy structure, heavy rocks, timber, stick-ups, laydowns, boulders. When you set the hook and you need to get that fish away from that structure, this is the rod to go for. The underspin is one of the best baits for Mission Bay and for spotted bay bass. They absolutely love that blade flashing, and it gets them to react. So I went with the Weedgart underspin in DCP. Spotted bay bass really love that bright green, that gold blade, and that slim bodied swim bait is a great way to target these fish. And for the underspin, I'm fishing the WARBAITS 7.2 medium. This is a great rod for fishing the 1/4 ounce and 3/8 ounce baits. And here I was fishing the War Rig premium blades. It's a 5-arm rig. The 2 top arms are loaded with blades, and the 3 bottom arms I have rigged with WARBAITS 1/4 ounce in flagship with 4-inch slim bodied swim baits. That 1/4 ounce is a perfect weight for this entire A rig. I wouldn't go any heavier for the water column. Ran mid column right above the eelgrass. And for that War Rig, I'm using the WARBAITS Premium Rods 80H. This is our 8-foot heavy rod, and it's a moderate fast action. Has a little bit more of a parabolic bend, making it easier to cast those bigger, heavier baits. thanks for all the support you're giving Warbaits and this channel. We're growing, and it's because of you. If you guys want any of this Warbaits, check out warbaits.com. We have a great selection of different types of lures, and you can even see our rods on the website as well. Those rods will be available in May, and we'll start adding them to the website and get those to you in a timely manner. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And as always, get out there, go fishing, hook that giant.